time!
Hey everyone, I'm Metroid Crime here, running Metroid Dread all bosses for all y'all today, and I am so excited to be here. Oh my gosh. This is a pretty lengthy run here. It's gonna run about probably an hour 40-ish, so make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you got your snacks, make sure you're cozy. Let's get started. So time will start as soon as I hit continue here in 3, 2, 1, and go. Perfect. Okay, so this is Metroid Dread. This game came out last year in 2021 in October. I ended up playing this game right away. A huge Metroid fan. You might have gathered that from my username, possibly. But I immediately started speedrunning this game, like, right off the bat. I love it so much. And I kind of fell into this whole thing where I decided, hey, I kind of like all the bosses in this game a lot. I'm just gonna do some all bosses runs, because honestly, a lot of the any percent runs for this game completely skip my absolute favorite bosses. So I feel like I have to do them some justice, and I'm glad to be able to show them off today to everyone. So this is a cutscene. We're just going to skip right past this. Right here, this is Adam. Adam serves as your guide throughout the game, like your map. But at the earliest opportunity to do so, we are going to ditch him. We don't need Adam. We don't need Adam. We know how to play this game. So there's these little tutorial sequences. This whole area is basically a tutorial area. So we're just going to try to make our way up here as fast as possible using super missiles. We also have a melee that we can do sometimes, like right here. That will take out some of the enemies a little quicker. But yeah, this whole area is tutorial. So we are just going to do that, and we're going to blow out this block here. So normally, if you're doing like an any percent run of this game or a glitchless run of this game, you would not come into this area. You just completely skip over it. This Emmy looks like it's seen better days, honestly. Someone's already been here before us. So we're just going to skip some more cutscenes over here, and we're going to go into our first this is kind of like there's a story here, which I'm not going to go over exactly during this run. But you see this central processing unit has kind of been taken out. That's why this Emmy is a little bit upset and coming for us. But we absorbed some power from that central processing unit, the power to be able to defeat some of these Emmys. They're made of really tough stuff. Samus can't break through them with her normal weapons whatsoever. So, the central processing units there kind of give you, a little bit of extra oomph, to be able to, defeat the Emmys, with a very powerful beam. You'll notice there's some more of these gooey blocks here. We're just gonna skip past this, and we're going into the next area. The area we're currently, this is an Emmy room right here. You can tell because it has all the Instagram filters. But it's kind of really scary also. This is honestly kind of a scary game. Hopefully we won't encounter too much of that scariness today, but you never know, because the Emmys are actually they spawn randomly. It's kind of up to RNG as to where they're going to spawn at any one point. They have these set places, but every once in a while they'll do a little thing where they'll like sneak up on the other side of a door and you won't see them. So, it gets a little scary sometimes. So I apologize if I end up like screaming at any point. That's a possibility.
It's fine. This is just Horror Block Part 2. It's just Horror Block Part 2. Dread's in the title.
So again, we stopped in an Adam room there. We did not save. We still have to talk to Adam for a little bit longer. About 20 minutes into the run, we're going to be doing something called the Adam save skip, which I will get into all the details later. But it allows us to just basically avoid any of those save rooms for the rest of the game, not have to stop at them. Oh, we're just going to dodge that Emmy there. Somehow did not see me. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we're basically just going through this area now. We're trying to figure out how to shut down the Emmy that's currently in this area that we are in. There we go. If you have anything to read right now, would be a good time, actually.
Sure thing. I would actually love to announce, I've been told that we have a new incentive opening up for a run tomorrow, Pac-Man 99, for bonus matches. If we meet that incentive, Susie GeForce will play 5 Pac-Man matches, 5 matches against the CPU instead of 3, which was the original plan. And that's for a chill $2,000 if we meet that. Of course, our bonus incentive right now, that $80,000, you don't even have to hit $2,000 to get that. That's under $400 away. And Carter has donated $100 towards that, saying, let's hit this Elden Ring incentive. Well, thank you so much, Carter. I agree. Let's hit that.
Okay, so you just saw me narrowly avoid an Emmy there. I kind of slid under it there. You have to lower that water pressure plate in order to change the room layout. This is not the only time that room layout will change like that. But that is the earliest example of it, I think. There we go. So now we have the charge beam, which will be very good for us. Let me just do that. Perfect. So charge beam allows us to open up some of these doors here that are orange colored. You need all the power of the charge beam to be able to open them. Once you charge and open them, they will stay open. It's just kind of like a lock that you unlock, and we'll come across a whole bunch of those doors right now. It's the game's way of like guiding you through the game, basically. It is a Metroidvania. There we go. Okay, so we just grabbed a little energy tank there to help us, not die throughout the game. And this area looks familiar because we have already been here. It's actually, the beginning part of this game is very difficult to me, for me to run like back to back, just because you have to go through this section like 2 separate times, and sometimes I get confused on subsequent playthroughs. There we go. So we're going to go right this time in through this door, and then there's going to be 2 more cutscenes of the unit waking up and realizing we're there, alerting the Emmy that we've walked into the Emmy rooms. And there's an Emmy actually hanging out right here that I'm going to be a little bit scared about. Okay, no, it's on the other side of the barrier, so I think we'll be okay. There we go. So luckily, if the Emmy doesn't spot you this time, so you're able to just walk through this Emmy door right away. You'll notice last time we went through this section, the door kind of locked. It's because the Emmy knew we were there. So you don't want to get caught by Emmys because they will trap you. As soon as it realizes you're there, it will trap you in the room, which is very rude.
Did we mention this is Horror Block Part 2?
Right? So take notice of that lava back there. That's kind of powering this entire section. We went to a new area called Catarus, which is all fire, all lava, all over the place. Very hot place. Okay, so Samus is using her arm cannon, which is conveniently shaped the right way in order to open up all the locks. Seems like a security hazard to me, but okay. But she just reversed the lava flow, allowing these doors to open. And if you look in the background, you can see that the lava is flowing in a certain direction. It kind of guides the player as to where they have to go next. Really cool detail. I'm going to ask that everyone always look in the background of every level to see like some of the neat details that the game has. They've put a lot of effort into all the environments that you go through in this game. Some of them are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, Adam. Yeah. So now this door's open with the lava flowing that way. And we're actually getting close to... Well, actually, the Emmy's not even here, luckily. It's taking a break, I guess. But we are going to go through this door, and I'm going to do a little shortcut right here to get here so we don't have to go down and back up again. And now, so this unit is active and, hasn't already been attacked by something. So we have to take it out. so they can stop telling the Emmy where we are. There we go. So easy, just use a bunch of missiles for that, and the game tells you again how to open up these doors, because this is the only time you can use this specific weapon that Samus has, this energy beam. So we are going to go defeat our second Emmy, or our first actual Emmy, not a tutorial, rather. So hopefully, there we go. Just jump over top. So we are trying to take off this faceplate, and I'm gonna go down here just to be safe. Getting a little too close for my comfort there. Let's go. So yeah, that jump over the Emmy is a little tricky. There's a few other ways you can take this Emmy out. There's one really cool one if you're able to get there in time, where you blow the faceplate off during the first part and then just slide under the Emmy and take it out from the other side. Is really neat. But it requires some very precise timing. And not every time, the Emmy doesn't always come out of the door at the same time, so it's kind of dependent on RNG. Okay, so now we have the Spider Magnet. Spider Magnet allows us to cling on to all of these wonderful blue, icy looking areas. So that allows us to go up here now, so we can cling on to these. I also forgot to mention the charge beam that we got. Well, let's not be too fancy here. We're still trying to play the game fast. Oh, okay. There we go. I'm gonna take this out as well. So the charge beam actually is really cool in this game. You'll notice that when I jump, I kind of have this little barrier around me that allows me to take out some of the enemies a little quicker. Oops. Oh, gosh. Okay. You'll notice there's a little flash. That's when I have to melee. There we go. And when you melee enemies in this game, you tend to get some extra health refills, which is really great. Health refills and also missile refills. So this is our first like boss, I guess. Oh gosh, he's blocking us off. We have to be able to hit his face. And you can only hit him on a certain spot. Because the rest of it is unpenetrable. So there's also this spot here that's glowing. So of course, you shoot the glowing spots. Melee, and then we melee a second time to skip the cutscene. Oh, hey, that's rude. Okay. Might run out of missiles here. Okay, we're gonna get back up here. And I'm just gonna shoot here until it decides to throw some missiles at me, maybe. There we go. There, perfect. And we got him. Okay. Perfect. So we now have the Phantom Cloak ability. The Phantom Cloak allows us to go invisible, which is very useful, for the casual game when you are trying to avoid an Emmy. It has consequences, though. You can't stay invincible forever. Or, sorry, invisible forever, not invincible. You are still able to get hit, but rather invisible. It actually, you have this meter called the Aeon meter, I believe it is. It's the yellow bar that's under our health bar. And once that drains, you start taking damage to your health bar if you're still invisible at that point. The other thing is that the invisibility kind of reduces your speed. So you can't move as quickly at all, which also, you saw there that I did this thing where I kind of like slid through the door and went invisible at the same time. That's one way to get through those doors a little bit faster, because if you're already sliding when you hit the invincibility, it doesn't slow you down or anything. Okay. Oh, sorry, I talked about Cataris before. We didn't actually go to Cataris yet. We're going to Cataris now. I was mistaken before. Sorry, there's a lot of those door locks and everything, so I just, got ahead of myself there. But one thing I want to mention about is the map. So the map has a whole bunch of different areas in it. It's, it's a Metroidvania. It's a Metroid game. But the areas go from A to I. From the bottom level to the top. It is Samus's goal to get to the top so that she can get to her ship and get off the planet. I didn't really go into the story too much, but she was kind of lured here by following the Chronologically, this takes place after Metroid Fusion. So she was lured here because she got a transmission that was basically like, hey, there's an X-parasite here. Maybe you should probably go check that out, because X-parasites are no good. No good. Well, we'll talk a bit about those a little bit more into the game. This is actually our last Adam room that we hopefully will encounter and have to stop at. So everyone say goodbye to Adam.
Bye, Adam.
Bye, Adam.
And when you're ready, I've got a couple of donations.
Oh, yeah, now would be a perfect
We'd love
time.
to say bye to
Yeah,
Adam.
absolutely. Go ahead.
All right, well, let's start with... actually, this one is not actually saying goodbye to Adam, but Do sends in $25 saying, hi, I'm new. Do. Good luck on the run crime and get that Adam skin.
Oh, thank you, Do.
Laura Lana sends in $25 saying, with a punny name like Metroid Crime, how could I not watch the speedrun? And I've got to tell you, the puns are fast and flowing in chat. I'm a little insulted that you're not getting me in on the action. Please send in your donations. I want to read some of them, like this $25 from Great Newton saying, Metroid Crime playing Metroid Dread, using the save skip to make Adam go to Metroid bed.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Newtons. Oh gosh. Okay, so we are. I missed a jump there because I got knocked back by one of those fish bird things. I really don't know what they are. I've just been referring to them as fish birds. They're all over the place, though. There's some nasty enemies in this game. Like the section that I just went through has those little dudes that kind of like spawned from the wall. They have like a little shell on them, but they spew lava. They are the worst. Okay, oh gosh, and Emmy is not in a fun place for me right now. Okay, we're good. Okay. Yep, okay, it's still in the other room. It's coming after me, but very slowly. I don't think it's gonna catch up. Okay, open this door. Whew. Managed to avoid that, Emmy. Well, for now. Okay, it's down there. I see it on the map and it keeps flashing and I'm like, oh gosh. Okay. So like I said, we're opening these door locks. There we go. So that's Green Emmy. We actually encountered Green Emmy or Gremmy. Ooh gosh. A lot during this run because we happened to go through a lot of the Emmy rooms in Cataris here. But luckily we've avoided Emmy for now. And we're inching ever closer to the Adam save skip. Okay. So we've activated this elevator that we can now grab onto these with the spider magnet. So let's just backtrack over there. Melee. Gotta make sure to take all those enemies out before I come up here, because otherwise we're gonna have to wait for the elevator to come back. Open up that door preemptively. There we go. So I'm gonna look up. Oh, look up. There you go. So I'm gonna look up there because that's gonna save us a little bit of time later on. That door just opened, so we don't have to wait for it later. But that's just a cool little... I actually learned that from Keiku's run of Dread at the last GDQ. There we go. Okay. So, Adam save skip. Here we go. I'm going to set myself a 2-minute timer. And I'm going to attempt this. So, this trick is several frame perfect jumps in a row. Whew. 1, 2... melee, and then up. So, the way I have this set up... Oh, that was so close. Is that I have a... Oh, there we go! Wow! Okay.
Wow.
That was fast. That was very fast. I was honestly expecting to be stuck here for 2 minutes. That took us about a little less than 30 seconds. So I am so happy. Oh gosh. That's honestly the thing that I was the most nervous about during this entire run. There's a few points later that are very nerve-wracking, but that is such a huge relief for me.
And a huge relief for some of our donators.
Yeah. Do you have some donations to read?
Well, Indie Villain has sent in $20 saying, please just respect Adam.
Yes.
You can do it. And I do want to point out, we're inching ever closer to that 80,000 mark. We're we're less than $120 away. I can't do math. Chat, come on. Let's hit that super K. Brooke sends in $15 saying, come on everyone, let's hit that 80K. And chat, you're looking super cute. I think you'd look even cuter if we hit that 80K, just saying.
Chat is cute. Okay, so I got a little bit of time to cool off there after the intensity. Oh no, I messed up. Oh, hold on. Uh-oh. Shoot. Okay, hold on. It's gonna get me. That's okay, it's okay. No, I'm not gonna get it. It's fine.
So we heard today was pet day, and Emmys just really think they're giant dogs who haven't quite realized they don't have tongues to lick Samus with.
They have some very dog-like mannerisms. Okay, the Emmy wasn't even there the second time. Okay, this is fine. So I'm actually a little sad there that I didn't get to do the cool thing that I normally do there, which is you kind of do this little hop over the Emmy as it's turning around. But I temporarily forgot where I was. But it's okay. All's good. We're just gonna avoid that. That's what I was talking about with those lava monsters that are a pain. Okay. So we're gonna let that down. So now that that's down, we can go up to the section that we opened up earlier. Here we go. So it seems we got by Green Emmy after all, which is not unusual. That's some very strange spawn places, and you get so many opportunities to encounter Green Emmy. Okay. So we are heading out of this area, actually, into the next one. But we're gonna traverse over here. We're gonna... if you've played this game and you've tried to 100% it casually or whatever, there's actually... This room should seem familiar to some of you because there's a very complex Shine Spark puzzle here that took me a while to figure out. This game's actually, casually, this game is awesome. If you have not played Metroid Dread, you should pick up a copy of this game. I love it so much. I 100% did this game and did all the wild Shine Spark puzzles that there were, some taking me several hours. In fact, one of them is required for this run, so I'll point it out later. But that one took me forever. But I really like that this game kind of, it makes you kind of use the Shine Spark to get through the game rather than just being kind of an Easter egg. Well, not really an Easter egg, but kind of more of a hidden thing. You're actually required to do Shine Sparking and speed boosting to get through some sections in this game, which is kind of cool. So we just took a train over to this next area called Dairon. This is a manufacturing factory of sorts. If you look in the background of this level, you can see all these interesting looking robots being built, which, those won't come up again, right? That's not relevant to the story at all. But yeah, you can kind of see in the background here, and I will point out some stuff later. But yeah, there's no power in the facility right now. It's been shut down. So we are actually going to go turn the power back on so we can get through here. I'm just gonna... Hello? Grab that for extra help.
Ma'am?
Yeah. Ma'am? Okay. So again, we're going to use our arm cannon, which is conveniently shaped exactly to fit this generator. And
well, speaking of generator, I've got a donation for you. Anonymous sends in $25. Metroid Crime, love the energy. Good luck on the run.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, there we go. Take some health there, and we're gonna get another power-up. So we have now acquired the wide beam. At least 3 eyes. You need to spell this with at least 3 eyes. Because it splits our beam into 3 separate beams, allowing us to open up these doors, which I hate, by the way. They are very finicky. You'll probably see me miss opening them a few times, actually. Let's see. No, we got that one too. You basically can't be holding any direction at all when you attempt to fire it, or else it just will not open the door, which is kind of scary when you're being chased by an Emmy. Just a little bit. So we're just encountering, that was a cutscene where we encountered a very fast Emmy. I've been nicknaming this Emmy Super Semi, like supersonic. It's a yellow Emmy, and it runs very fast. It is the Emmy that you get the speed booster ability from. There we go. Okay, so
that's not something we want in this marathon at all.
Right? But we'll encounter some very scary moments with that Emmy. Honestly, that one is the one that is probably the scariest. Anything that's moving at you really quickly, whoo, gives me a mini heart attack every time. But we'll go back there. We took a little detour over to Dairon over there, and we're heading back to where we just were, to go and take care of the green Emmy, which we left behind.
Well, as we slide in, would it be all right if I read some donations?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right, well, thank you, chat. I asked for puns. You sent them over. Iggy Zig sends in $10 saying, so what's your favorite bread? Mine is a toss-up between focaccia and Metroid. Let's get Elden Ring buttoned up and see some Pac-Man bonus matches tomorrow. Less than 3. Speaking of less than, we are less than $70 away from that bonus run.
Oh wow, $70.
It's only $70, just 2 digits. And I'm hearing that we might have an extra bonus incentive related to that run coming up, but I'm not allowed to say anything. I'm sorry, they got my lips sealed. You want to see that? You want to hear about that? $70, chat. That's all it takes. Got more puns for you whenever you're ready.
Sure. Let me just talk about this as Emmy first. We're trying to kill it as fast as we can before it gets to... Yep, there we go. Perfect. So we're gonna get a kind of a quick kill. Down and go. Okay. Yeah, it ducks its head under like twice. I try not to hit on the first time just because I don't trust myself. Sometimes I miss. Sometimes it's quicker than I am. But that's a fairly easy Emmy to kill. And we are going to pick up the Morph Ball ability now, which is going to allow us to get into all those tight spaces that we couldn't get into before, opening up so much more of the map. If you want to read some more puns and donations, go ahead.
Well, I'm actually going to start off with not quite a pun, but we've got a little bit of a poem here, I think. Ignorant Spoon sends in $25 saying, crime time, beat the game quickly. Love from the Metroid Crime Discord server. I guess that wasn't quite a poem. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at English. But Nico's got one for us. I'm sitting here right before bed, watching some Metroid Dread. So for Metroid Crime, a short Metroid rhyme. Use ice or you'll be Metroid dead. And oh my gosh, folks, thank you so much. We've hit $80,000. We have bonus game number 3 of the marathon, Elden Ring, 80% coming right up after this.
Oh, that is so awesome. Yes. Okay. We are heading over into another area to get a new suit, actually. So this is your last good view of this suit here. We can't see it here. Because Samus is currently, being teleported.
You're not supposed to see the Sailor Moon transformation. That's not how it works.
Yeah, Samus is definitely a magical girl. Okay. So we're also going to see a really interesting sequence here. The Metroid series is like, famous kind of for escape sequences. Whether it's at the beginning of the game or like, at the end of the game when Samus is blowing up a planet. But this game kind of shocked me because there's a section coming up here that is a mini escape sequence. And it freaked me out when I first played because like I started panicking. Escape sequences, anything that's timed for me is like, oh, it freaks me out. It makes me panic significantly, regardless of whether I'll make it or not. But here's an escape sequence. This one doesn't actually have a timer, but if you stay in here too long, you will start to burn. But very hazardous and everything. There's flamethrowers everywhere.
Ooh,
this entire
that
room is
felt
heating
crunchy.
up. Oh yeah. There we go. Everything is shifting. Let's not run into a flame face first. Oops.
It's not like the name of our event is Flame Fatales or anything. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so we're gonna blow open this door just so we can get through here quicker later. And suit change. So now we have the Varia suit, which allows us to withstand heat. And there we go. Okay, so now we have, the orange, classic orange colors of Samus. I guess the most iconic, probably. Okay. So we're just navigating back through this area we just went through. But, it's very hot in here now. So we took a short detour. We're going to turn into a ball so that we can fall a little bit faster down this this corridor here. And you'll see me do that throughout the run. I'll just basically ball up and then fall down like this long area. It makes you go just a slight tiny bit faster. And then we get another, transformation sequence here. So there's a few. Yeah.
Oh, go on.
There's a few of these loading screens throughout the game. There's this one. There's the tram system, and there's one coming up at the end that is a special one. But fun fact: this game actually has different load times for speedrunning, whether you are playing it on digital or physical. I believe that playing it on the digital version saves, I think, like around 4 minutes on this run. It's a significant amount. So I got this game, I got the physical version, and then I started speedrunning, and I'm like, it'd be so much more convenient if I just had this on digital, so... immediate time save on my PB, yeah. But the other reason kind of why I did that was this game only has 3 save file spots, which makes it kind of difficult to practice if you're speedrunning it. So if you look at my profiles on this system, I basically have 5 guest profiles, all with points, like key points throughout the game. And then I just load them up to practice them. But in order to do that, in order to get those save files in the first place, you have to beat the game completely once to stop it so that you can skip cutscenes. Because you can't skip cutscenes until you beat the game. So I've played... I've had to play the full game with cutscenes like 5 or 6 times, I think, just to set up save files for it.
That is love.
Yep, I do love this game. So anyway, you'll see a familiar face here. This is Kraid. If you've played any of the other Metroid games, you've probably seen Kraid. Anyway, he has a stomachache. You know what? That was the wrong thing. I should have jumped on top of there. That's okay. Anyway, he has a stomachache. He's gonna do this and throw some weird stuff out of those orifices. And we're just going to shoot some more missiles into his mouth because that's the only place he's vulnerable. And to retaliate, he is going to throw his toenails at us, which is quite rude and kind of gross, honestly.
Well, while we are saying hi, we've got some folks saying hi to you. Physics sends in $25 saying, Malala Fund may be an excellent cause. more than worthy of all the support it receives. But Metroid Crime may be the most excellent handle I've ever heard. Love the run. Keep it up. And speaking of that, folks, I'd love to tell you, I'm told that we have our bonus incentive now. You can choose the file name for our Elden Ring run.
Ooh.
Do you have a preference, Crime?
Are there certain options available?
I believe this is one of the ones where you can submit whatever you want, and as long as it's okay, you can keep on putting your money towards that.
Oh, that's actually super fun.
So if you've got a choice.
Ooh, I would
know,
have
it's
to
such
think
power.
about that. Yeah.
It's so much power.
Oh gosh.
But that is open for you to donate to, folks, while Crime here is thinking about it. And if you need some help, we've got a couple of donations with some more puns. Nux Tenma sends in $50. What kind of decorations does Samus put outside her house? Metroid chimes!
That's very good.
Buster for Gomez sends in $100 saying, here's my Metroid dime. While watching Metroid Crime, play Metroid Dread. Less than 3! And Tritonium sends in $25 with no comment, but thank you so much for the love.
Thank you, everyone. We are coming up to kind of another difficult-ish spot here. I hopefully will not fall into the lava, but this is kind of a skip that is a sequence break. It's a fairly simple sequence break to do if you want to try it out yourselves, but it'll give you the grapple hook a little bit early, grapple beam. So here's the second part of it. Let's do this. Oh, perfect. Wow, first try. Here I am hyping this up.
Nice!
We just did it. Okay. In practice, I fall off there so often, and it's too bad too, because like when you fall off of there, you basically have to restart from checkpoint. There's no reasonable way with the amount of health you have to go back and jump back to the other section through the lava. So it ends up being quite a bit of a time loss for speedrunning this. I should probably talk a little bit about this all bosses category as well. I don't do a glitched or glitchless. It's not technically glitched or glitchless. I mean, technically it's glitched. The route that I do is mostly glitchless, aside from one glitch that does not look like a glitch, and I will point it out when we get there, but it's a water bomb jump. And it happens to be a glitch, even though it doesn't look like one. There we go. Okay, so we got the grapple beam now. And like I said, this was a sequence break, so we are going to be able to get to a lot of places now where we previously couldn't get to and shouldn't be able to get to at this time, specifically. Speaking of sequence breaks, that Kraid fight we just did also, there's a category for this game called belly percent.
What?
Belly percent, where the developers coded in this thing where you can go and get the bomb ability, the morph ball bomb ability, a little bit earlier, before you fight Kraid, actually. And there is this little Easter egg where you can bomb the track that was on the left side of the arena, in order to rocket yourself as a ball into Kraid's stomach. And that's a valid way to take him out. So that's kind of a really cool thing that the developers added. It requires you to do a little bit of sequence breaking so you get the bombs before you see Kraid. But there is a speedrunning category for that. I believe it's around like 30-ish minutes for that run. So if you want to run Metroid Dread and you don't want to run it, yeah, and you don't want to run like an entire, almost 2-hour run, that's a category for you. Okay, so yeah, we just used the grapple there to take that out. Now we're going to go back here. We're not going to do that. Hold on. There's a door here that we need to open up. Oops. Okay. And there's Adam, but he's deactivated because we are disrespecting Adam. That was the first time we've encountered him since we turned him off. And there we go. We didn't have to even say hi to him. Okay, so
we've got no time for male names today. I'm sorry,
exactly.
Adam. We've got a speed run to go through.
Okay, so you know what? I'm actually super glad there that the Emmy did not come after us. The Emmy that was in that room was the speed Emmy. And if it catches you, oh my gosh, it is very scary. Like, you have no time to escape. If it sees you, you basically have to parry it to get out of the way. And the whole parry system that you can do is random. So you have 2 chances technically to shoo Emmy away from you after it grabs you. But the time that it takes to do the animation changes every time. So I find, personally, I think it's easier to do it when you're trying to counter an Emmy that's in the water. Because I feel like there's a little bit more slowdown there, but I'm not actually sure that that's the case, or if it's just me thinking that is the case. Whoa. Okay, let's grab that. Okay, so we are about to open up another door here that is going to give us a cool thing. It's the bomb that I was just talking about. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to use it, of course, to take out this floor. Okay. So now we have access to these tubes here that kind of rocket you towards where you have to go. And again, another one of them. Very efficient transport system. And you'll notice this guy in the back. Just pay attention to him. He's in a very uncomfortable position right now. We'll see him again. We have to come back through this area a few times. Okay. Through here. And we're going to avoid this Emmy. It's not paying attention to us. It doesn't know where we are right now. So we can sneak past it with no problems. We're coming up on another area here that's really interesting looking. I love the background here.
It really does give that otherworld feeling.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's so many like alien-looking flora and fauna and everything. We're actually coming up to maybe my favorite section in the game. It's a water level. I know typically people, a lot of people don't like water levels generally, but I was also the same way until like recently. I don't know. I've recently decided that Labyrinth Zone is my favorite zone in Sonic the Hedgehog for the Genesis. And
in case you don't remember, Labyrinth Zone is the one with the panic music. So I think I think you've got it tight, Crime.
Yeah, I guess so. It's really weird. And then I didn't really make the connection that I'm like, oh wait, I think I might actually like water levels until I played this game, and I was like, wait, this section right here is my favorite one in the game. Uh-oh, what have I become? I still don't like Hydro City though. Not a fan of that level.
Well, you might be a fan of this comment. Ryu sends in $500. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
To say, I think Kraid might have released some Metroid Sly.
There we go. Say goodbye to Adam again. Perfect. We're gonna fall down here. So yeah, I really like this area because it feels like it flows so smoothly. You'll notice that I'm jumping through the water. I was doing that at the beginning of the game too. You go a little tiny bit faster if you do that. Well, there we go. And I'm also going to do this where I slide off the ledge and then jump up into the air to get a little bit more height through this section. Again, falling as a ball here. These enemies are nasty. I am not a fan of them. There's that spike. Okay, did not get hit by that. And we're going to do cool jump. Nope, there we go. And luckily, whatever that monster just spewed at us, they're afraid of the water. So they won't bother me. Okay. So this is one of the cooler abilities in the game. This was added for Metroid Dread. It's called the Flash Shift. And it allows you to dash. You'll see right here. Which adds a lot to the movement in this game. And we're just going to take all these out, and I'm going to grab an E-tank that's hanging right over here. I don't normally grab this, but since we are doing a marathon event, I figure, maybe I should try not to die. There's some bosses. Yeah, there's some bosses later on that get a little bit tricky. So I'm just going to grab that. Okay. So again, we're making our way through this water area. Again, look at the background. It's so gorgeous. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to take these guys out as I come down here so that they're not in my way later. And we're going to use, here, our diffusion beam to blow out this block. There we go. So we're going to raise the water levels, and we're going to go on this side and do the exact same thing over here. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to attempt something here. I don't know if I'm going to do it. This is one of the water bomb jumps you can do in the game, so this is technically a glitch. We'll see. Oh, no, that might not have worked. I'm only going to attempt this once because otherwise it's going to lose me time. No, we're not going to do it. Okay, that's fine. Me and my friends have a joke that the run automatically becomes much less cooler if you don't show off that trick, so our coolness rating has downgraded from 100 to 80% now. But I think we'll be able to make it up.
This is the heat marathon. We're playing, not Frost.
That is true. Okay. So yeah, the water bomb jump I'll explain a little bit later because I have to do a water bomb jump later. That one's a little bit trickier because it's like kind of like not against a wall, and if I would show it off, but it does not save much time. So there's no point in like trying over and over. But it's much more easy to do that water bomb jump when you're against a wall. So we'll see that later. That's coming up. And it'll allow us to get through a section that we otherwise would not be able to get through. Okay. Kind of a sequence break. Okay, so we're going back through here, and we are going to try to take out Speed Emmy now. Which is a scary thing. It's hanging out over here. Yeah, not friends. Let's go. Grapple up there. Okay, so we just closed the door behind it, but it can still get to us, so we're just going to try to go through this room as fast as we can here. And in order to save some time here, I'm going to do kind of like a jump off of the wall here. 1, 2, there we go, and dash. It gives us a little bit of height there, so we don't have to go around an entire other section to get to this room. Okay. And just take this out. I actually have to remember to rebind my controls during the next loading screen. I have a controller that has paddles on the back, which are very helpful for doing the Atom save skip because you need to press a whole bunch of buttons at once. But after I finish doing the Atom save skip, I basically rebind it so that it's a missile firing button, which makes it a little bit easier to rapid fire. And go. There we go. Okay. And Speed Emmy is down, which unlocks a whole bunch of really cool speed tech throughout the rest of the run. The game basically changes in pace throughout the rest of the run now. You're going to watch me zoom through a whole bunch of areas. The section is very cool coming up.
Well, I guess you don't really need this, but Paper sends in $25 saying, good luck. You got this, Crime.
Thanks, Paper. Perfect. Okay, so that gives us speed booster. And now let's show off some cool movement tech. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna blast through this wall and through here. Oh no, we lost our boost. Okay, that's fine. There is a missile upgrade you can get from over here if you bounce off the walls a few more times. But it's not worth it, and I don't actually need it. There we go. Let's do some more speed boosting up here, and we're gonna grab an E-tank. Very easy to get E-tank. And we're gonna do another one of those jumps to get some height. 1, 2, there we go. And some more speed boosting. 2, and there we go. Cool. And elevator time. Okay. So that section is really neat. We're going to take the chance to try to go as fast as we can through the rest of the game by using speed boost technology, shine sparking, and the dashing. If you have anything to read now, would be a great time.
Right. Well, Maggie Poo sent in $200. Thank you so much to say, as a woman and an engineering professor, this marathon supporting Malala Fund means a lot to me. Those that fought to open doors for women to receive an education is how I got to where I am today. Happy to help see even more women achieve their wildest dreams. Thank you so much, Maggie Poo. And once again, all of your donations for this event are going to Malala Fund, which is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. We are supporting education in women, and that's just so important. So we thank you all so much for joining us in this cause.
So we just, there was actually a huge story thing that happened that, we don't get to see because we're skipping all the cutscenes. But basically what happened in that cutscene was that another Chozo... Oops, let's do that. Another Chozo was friendly with us and deactivated the Emmys for us, and then was murdered by this robot, which you might have been seen constructed in Dairon, the area we went to before. So now those are a threat.
That's a great use of foreshadowing, though.
Yes, definitely. This game does a really good job with its storytelling, even with its expressiveness of how expressive Samus is throughout the run in all of the cutscenes. There's some really amazing cutscenes involving Samus, and for a character who doesn't really talk, they managed to convey a lot of expression, a lot of character just through Samus's actions and movements, and that's very good storytelling. I'm a huge fan of it. So that Chozo robot, we took it out by doing 2 shine sparks at it. A shine spark will usually take out about half of the boss's health. You can't do a shine spark in every room. Not every room has the running length required to actually pull it off. But that one does happen to have it. There's a few other bosses which we'll also take out with a shine spark. Some really cool boss kills coming up, as would be expected with a all bosses run.
No, say it isn't so.
So this area might look familiar because we have already been here. We were literally just here. We're just coming back here to go back to the next area, which is Berenia. I always forget that I have to go to the other side here. Oh, okay. We're just gonna ignore that. Pretend that I actually did hit that and not miss it. Okay. So here we see him again. He's here again. He's still here. We probably won't see him a third time, right? Right? Okay. Back to Berenia. So, but this time we now have the dash, so we don't have to bother with going through any of these water sections. We can literally just dash right over top of them. I mean, I guess except for this one. There we go. Yeah, that enemy right there is such a pain. I usually just take it out rather than just trying to jump past it, because they'll just keep knocking you back and giving you contact damage. But also in that cutscene that we just, we skipped over. It was a very important story cutscene. I have a lot to talk about from it. Our friend Chozo, who opened up the path, everything that happened with him. During that cutscene, they opened up a path in Berenia, which allows us to get into the upper levels of Berenia, to fight some more bosses and to see some more things. Okay, so this part looks a little bit different from the lower part of Berenia because a lot of it is not underwater. But now we have speed boost, so we can just get past here, break through some walls, and we're going to be doing a lot of speed boosting over here. So up here, and then we're going to just speed boost through this tunnel, get through here a little quicker. Okay, there we go, and then we're going to do another speed boost.
I've got some feelings about this I'd love to share with you when you get a chance.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, let me share Ariel Haymarket's feelings first. They sent in $18 to say, when I started playing this one Metroid game, I was filled with great fear, trepidation, and anxiety. If only there were a word, just one word for this intense emotion. Anonymous sends in $5 to say 80% cool? I don't know. I think this run is Metroid sublime.
Thank you.
And March TV's got some opinions. Who should play Samus in the Metroid movie? My vote is for Emmy Watson. Speaking of names, though, by the way, just a reminder that our file name bid war incentive for Elden Ring is up. Right now, we've got some fun names here, including Trout, Trans Rights, Let Me PB This, which that one's a good one. I like that one. Unlucky, and in the lead with $150, My First Save File.
Oh, that's great.
So get your donations in for that. If you don't want My First Save File to be the winner of our Elden Ring file name bid war, or if you do, who knows, maybe you might have a come from behind upset.
Okay, and we just took out Drogaiga. That was a boss that you will not see on the any percent runs. That's one of the bosses frequently skipped because you see that space over to the right there. There's a block, one of those like gooey red blocks that you can blow out that will allow you to just get past this section and not have to fight Drogaiga whatsoever. It's kind of a chill boss though, not particularly difficult, but it has a nice rhythm.
Very friendly boss. Let me finish reading those donations, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we are heading towards the next area here. It is the Gavoran Chozo robot here.
Oh, is that dread I hear in your voice, Crime?
Yeah, so this is I sometimes I mess up this boss. Hopefully it doesn't happen. This requires like to do a shine spark to get into to defeat this boss. It makes it a little bit easier. We'll see that happen in a second here. First we gotta take out these enemies so they don't get in our way, and you'll notice some weird stuff going on in the background, some very cool environmental stuff happening. There, 1, 2, okay. So we're just gonna fire a whole bunch of missiles at this guy and avoid him. We don't wanna get hit by, oh, we're out of missiles. Oh gosh, I should have, okay. I have a slight problem here. I did not check my missiles before I entered this room, so I'm going to wait for a chance to melee him. You have a chance to heal. There's a health refill station coming up here. Oh, wait, no? Okay. So we want to avoid those red hits, but we want to melee on the blue ones. And that will give us a refill. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Instinctively just jumped over it. There we go. Please tell me this is enough missiles. Perfect. Okay. Whew, a little scary. I haven't had a problem with being out of missiles at that point in so long that I just completely didn't think to go grab them. That's so rare that I'm out of missiles at that point. Okay, but we made it. We actually didn't die there, which is a miracle. We're gonna say hello to Ice Emmy over here and laugh at it because it's deactivated. It can't do anything to us right now. Gee, I hope it sure stays that way. Okay. So this area is called Gavoran, and it has some really interesting looking backgrounds and creatures.
Seems like a nice place for a vacation.
Yeah. Okay, super missile. So this upgrades our missiles to super missiles, which are a thing that is normally in Metroid games. But the super missiles in this game are not the best, honestly. They're very slow to fire. So generally when I'm using them, I will do some sort of combination of firing normally and alternating with a missile. Just so I can get more hits in. There we go. But you'll see that coming up. Okay. If you have any donations or anything to read, now would be a good time.
Sure thing. Well, I'm a little flabbergasted by this one. I'm sorry for that pause. The comment says Anonymous donates $50 and simply says less than 3. But less than 3 is a person donating $50. I that's a little bit of a conundrum for me, chat. Oh my.
Lots of love to give, I guess.
Thank you so much, less than 3. That certainly is lots of love. Buster for Gonez sends in $50 saying trans rights.
Trans rights.
And just a reminder again, actually, trans rights is one of the names you can pick for both our Elden Ring file name bidbar and the Pokemon Legends. Oh, this is going to be a toughie. This is going to be toughy. The Pokemon Legends, is it Arceus? Is it Arceus? Is it Arceus? Is it Pokémonster Arceus? I don't know, Chad. You're going to have to correct me on this here. But trans rights is a name that you can pick for both the main character in Pokemon, that's tomorrow, and the file name in Elden Ring coming up right after this run. Remember, you do have to select your choice of incentive or put it in the comments so our lovely folks on our donation team know where you want that money to go.
Okay, so this area that we're in right now is very important story-wise, but we just kind of, like, there were some cutscenes there where Samus entered this facility. It was locked with cameras, and suddenly when she walked towards it, it opened, which is suspicious, but we're investigating. We've also, I think we found our X-parasites. You'll notice that there's these fruit gushers floating around all over the place, these fruit snacks. And those are X-parasites.
Use a snack? Oh, okay, maybe not that kind of snack.
But they're kind of weird. They were what lured Samus into this area, into this planet to begin with, because they're dangerous. They basically take over their hosts, murder them, and then it's kind of like 1982's John Carpenter's The Thing. It's kind of really creepy. Like I said, this is a horror game.
No kidding.
Yeah. So it's taken over this Chozo warrior, and now it's become a character from Splatoon and is throwing a whole bunch of ink at us. So we're just gonna try to take it out with some rapid fire. I'm gonna alternate between my beams and missiles every once in a while so I can try to get the maximum amount of hits in. There we go. And then melee and melee. Perfect. That is such a good animation. Huge fan of that animation. Okay, so we're gonna grab an extra E-tank that is hanging out in the ceiling over here before we proceed, bringing us up to 4 energy tanks. Or sorry, 5. Sorry, 5. I can't do math. But yeah, so we're leaving this facility and well, things are not going our way. The X-parasites have kind of been released to the rest of the planet, which means, you know, everything on this planet's probably doomed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder
really
where the
good.
title of this game comes from.
But, you know, Samus is going to do her best. We have to encounter these X-parasites now throughout the rest of the game. And you can kind of see how some of the creatures have transformed now that they have been taken over by the X-parasites.
Wait, they're gonna get scarier?
a little bit. And, you know, they can morph at will, because they have the ability to copy. They're basically like a Ditto.
You can't do this to me, Crime. Ditto's my favorite Pokemon, and now I'm terrified.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so yeah, let's see if I can show it off at some point. Well, not these guys. Oh, we're just gonna slide past him. Yeah, so that one, we ran through it. It kind of turned back into its natural form. But some of them, they morph into other creatures afterwards. Okay, so this is going to be tricky. Oh, no, wait, did we get this? Oh, no! Oh, no! No, 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 no! Ah! Oh, wow, okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That was very scary for a second. Hit me at an inopportune time there. Okay.
You can now put back the panic baskets, chat.
Okay, so that thing that I just performed there, that was a water bomb jump, and that was a glitch. But, oh, missed that jump. Hold on. So that was a glitch. We gotta wait for this to respawn. There we go. 1, 2, and jump. Okay. So yeah, that was a glitch, even though it doesn't look like one. It's kind of cool. It's regarded as a glitch because it's not like a regular bomb jump sequence. It physically changes the location of Samus, I think, in the code. And so because of that, it's like a manipulation and like a bug, so it technically is a glitch. Even though it doesn't look like one. Okay, so this Emmy kill is a little bit scary. We'll see if we can get it to cooperate, but we're going to do a Shine Spark here, and we're going to go up here. And you can see the Emmy on the map coming down. It's going to see that that door opened, and it's going to go back. I hope. Okay, so this is not really how you're supposed to kill this Emmy, but it's the best way to do it, like, because you'll see the Emmy is going to go off screen here. Okay, and I'm going to try to get it before it's totally not visible. There we go.
I didn't realize I was holding my breath for you.
Oh,
nice,
gosh.
good job on that.
Oh, we did it, we did it. That wasn't too bad. Oh, yeah, so sometimes, if you're not quick enough, the Emmy will just decide to turn around sometimes and go back down the other way and then catch you from the bottom. I've also had this thing where basically we're chasing each other in a loop around the entire Emmy area.
Cue Yakety Sax.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now we're out of that area. Let's leave. We now have the ice missile, which is going to allow us to freeze enemies and do more damage overall. But this next section is a lot of back and forth because this is the only place where we really have to like backtrack because during the all bosses run, there's a boss that spawns in the area we actually just came from. That room we were in with the giant creature, that is where the boss will spawn. But in order to proceed, we need to go down here and get a new ability that is going to allow us to jump a little bit higher. It's the spin boost. So now we can do a double jump. There we go. So this is the maximum of our jumping power in this run because we do not pick up space jump during this run. There's no need to grab it. Anything that you can do with space jump, you can do with shine sparking to get across places, or bomb jumping, regardless, either one of those. And later on cross bomb jumping, which gives you a little bit more height. So we're just going to fall down here, and then we're going to use an ice missile to freeze this platform so that... Oops, no, oh no, oh no. Oh gosh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, hold on. You know what, we're not going to get the shine spark anyway. I'm going to do this. Okay, so that is a really cool transition. I absolutely love how that boss fight starts with the Chozo robot like in the foreground and then heads into the background.
Cool.
It is very cool. I think that's the only thing in the game that does something like that. I don't think there's any other instance of playing around with the background and foreground like that, as far as I know.
Really does give you the feeling of being hunted, though.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, and done. So these enemies just get nastier and nastier as we continue on through the game.
I mean, you're still being a boss to that boss.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. So we're heading back up towards, you know, where we were. Back in here, but, so now that we fought that boss, we can actually, and we got the ability that was down below, we can now jump up here. And we're gonna do another sequence break. So we're gonna charge up for a Shine Spark, and we're gonna go across here, shortcutting us to this teleporter, this green teleporter, that is going to take us back to Berenia, the water area. Yay! Okay. So, teleportal. This next section coming up is actually the Shine Spark puzzle that I mentioned earlier on. That was, I think it took me like 3 hours to do originally. And the worst part of it was like halfway through, I like clipped into the floor and died and had to like respawn from a checkpoint that was like an hour back.
Oh no.
Yeah. It was a weird clip too. Like I transitioned from one screen to another and then just died. But I guess that's what happens when you phase through the floor.
No problems here whatsoever with that.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Just break that floor first, and okay. So store charge, go again, hit a slope. The slope will make it so that you continue to carry your Shine Spark if you spark into a slope. So that's how that puzzle's done. So that is actually, it looked easy, but that's what speedrunning is, making things that look very difficult effortless. Okay, oh gosh. We're just gonna ignore these guys. No, keep wanting to go back into that hole. No, hey!
Is it pet day or is it horror block day? The fish aren't sure. But speaking of fish, Bonheur Swaddler sent in $25 saying the Malala Fund is a great cause. This one goes out to trout, which is actually one of the name choices in our Elden Ring bid war. That's sitting second at $30 to my first save files, $150. So, you know, if you like fish, get those donations in, you can put trout in first place.
Trout is a great name.
Trouts are delicious. Am I supposed to say that? Will the fish want to eat us?
So we just picked up the gravity suit, which now allows us to get through the water without feeling like we're walking through molasses. So this allows us to do this. We can now Shine Spark up and out of this area. And go up. So we'll be back to this section later. It is one of my least favorite parts in the game. There's another trick we have to do there, but that's coming up after. We actually, story-wise, we have been sent back. If Adam could talk, which he can't right now because we said goodbye to him earlier on in the game, he would be telling us that we have to go back down to Artaria, which is the first level, the first area we were in, because something is going wrong and all the heat has been turned off in the building. We're going into a kind of a cold area here. But because we have the suit that we have, the cold is not going to do any damage to us.
Themis got the memo. This is Flame Fatales.
Yes. We got to turn the heat back on. So, we will be back into this area once it's not frozen as well. It looks very different. Okay, so we have another boss to fight, as we do in the all bosses run. But first I'm going to take this out so that we can hopefully try to do a Shine Spark on this boss to start, which will take out half of its health. So hopefully I got up there fast enough. Let's hope that it stays, and let's go. Perfect. Okay, so we've already thrown it into its second stage here, where it's just fully dropped a whole bunch of its armor and is dedicated to shooting stuff out of its mouth at us, vomiting some ink at us here. And we're gonna avoid that because it hurts. 1 and 2. Done.
Nice!
Yay! And we eat our fruit snack there to regain some health. And now we're gonna go through this section, which, let's see. There we go. I got a charge. See if we can speed boost. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. I lost it. It's okay. So the thing I was trying to show everyone there is if you're fast enough, you can do this thing where you kind of boost through that entire section. But I accidentally let my speed boost or the Shine Spark go a little early there. But we're gonna show some more Shine Spark stuff here. Did I do that too early? There we go. Okay. And this area looks familiar because it's the beginning of the game again, but frozen.
I think Frozen's in the studio, actually, but...
There we go. So we're going to do another Shine Spark here. There's another alternate way to do this. You can just bomb jump up there, but I'm less confident in my bomb jumps, personally. And again, this area looks familiar. We blew this block out before so we can get through here quicker. Okay. Also, I forgot to mention this, but this is something I should have mentioned at the beginning. I don't think I mentioned it. You'll notice I melee through a lot of doors, and it's because you end up a little bit further into the next room when you do that. It's an easy way to just get a little bit more distance into the room that you're going into. Okay. So, again, more Shine Sparking. Here we go. And you'll notice we don't have any heat, and the lava that was in the background there is no longer there. So that's probably why we're having issues. I'm gonna do another boost here to take out this guy. We're just gonna avoid these birdfish completely. Okay. If you have anything to read, now would be a great time. I need to drink some water.
Sure. We've actually got a sweet message for you. Osmorn writes, I'm incredibly excited to see Metroid Crime here at Flame Fatales. Her streams are always amazing to watch, and the amount of work she puts into making a safe space for women in gaming has definitely not gone unnoticed. Shoutouts to Lady Arcaders and an unfathomable amount of love thrown at Crime for making her communities as comforting and welcoming as possible. Her talent in her speed runs and her work she puts into her communities is unparalleled. Good luck on the rest of the run, Crime, and beat those bosses. Your friend, Oz.
Oh my god, thank you so much, Oz. You're gonna make me cry. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Okay. So we're going actually to fight my favorite boss right now. We're just gonna avoid this missile. No reason to grab it. This is my favorite boss. This is Z57 coming up, and you do not get to see this boss if you're doing the any % run. So this boss is the main reason I do the all bosses run. My absolute favorite boss. Here we go. This fight's gonna go by really quickly though also. But this boss has some really interesting movesets. Also really, really cool cutscenes if you get a chance to play this, if you're not speedrunning it, you know. Or just, you know, hopefully try to avoid that pink vomit, but we're missing a bit of it. Jump. Okay. So it's just gonna keep spewing this at us. Oh, let's go this way. Avoid the swipes. The head is the only place that it's vulnerable. Oh, wow, we knocked it out at that stage really quickly. I didn't get to melee it. So we're just going to take out more of their hands that it's using to grab onto the wall, and it's going to go into the second phase. Okay, here we go. So we're going to play a little bit of Flappy Bird here before we take it out with a Shine Spark. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and now we're going to charge and go and get hit again, and boom, down, done.
Wow.
That is a very satisfying kill, honestly. A really cool thing that you can do if you know about it. I mean, like, if you're playing casually, you probably wouldn't know that you can just, you know, Shine Spark that boss to death. Like I said before, Shine Sparking takes out half the boss's health, so you've already reduced it a significant amount, and then just the Shine Spark just finishes it off. But you'll also notice I was talking about that creature that was in Dairon, right? That was the same. That's the same monster. The same one. So it's really cool how the game, like, foreshadows that that's a thing beforehand. Okay, so we gotta do a very tight speed boost and Shine Spark here. Come on. No, we'll get this eventually. There we go. Perfect. Okay, back through a teleporter. The game is going to go by super quickly from here on out. There's a lot of rapid bosses. We have another ability to pick up, and then again, one of my least favorite parts of the game. There's this, because we don't have the space jump at this point in the game, we have to do some complex speed boosting and jumping and dashing to get to the next boss fight. And
well, that's not a big deal for you.
Yeah. I mean, this is an all bosses run. I can do this. I believe. If you have any, if you need to read anything, if there's anything to read right now, that would be a good time.
Sure thing. I'd like to point out that, once again, our Elden Ring file name Bitwar is for the very next run, and Crime just told us that the rest of this run is going to fly by. So if you want to get your choice in for that name, now is the time. ! Donate in chat for that link. Again, my first save file is still up at the top at $150. Trout, good old Trout, is at $30 a second. If you want Trout to be boosted up, you know what to do. Crime, did you like Trout for that name?
Yeah, Trout. I actually think Trout is a great name.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I mean, you heard the runner. She wants Trout. You want to give it to her as a prize for such a heckin' great run?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so I just refilled my health there because like I said, there's this section coming up and I'm scared about dying here.
There's
you'll
nothing
see,
to dread.
Yeah. Got building up that dread here. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm fully expecting to just do this and get it like first try now that I've built it up so much. That's always what happens. There we go. Okay. First part done. I'm gonna dash over here. Oh, yeah, no, okay. Oops. Let's go back. That was almost perfect. I dashed into a spot where there was nowhere to land is what happened there. No, okay. No. So this is my nightmare. It has happened. But we can do this.
You got this. Chat, if you believe in Crime, please post all your best Metroid emotes in chat. I want to see them.
Yeah, I love Metroid emotes. Okay, so we made it through that section. I didn't lose too much health. So the worst part of that is the monster that sits in the floor there that spews green gas at you. It takes like out almost an entire energy tank every time you hit it. So, and there's no like good checkpoint for this section because if you die, you checkpoint after you do the bomb jump in that corridor. So you'll see here, I'm literally just screw attacking into all of these. Well, it's easier to do it from up here. Come back here, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on. 8, 9? There we go. Perfect. Usually kind of easiest way to take them out. I try to hit them also with like an ice missile in between, but this is much easier to do when you're playing on rookie mode, which is what I'm doing. On normal, you have to be a little bit more careful about your health because it gets tricky. Especially if you're already low on health going into that fight. It's not fun. Okay, so like I said, this now that like all my stresses, all the stressful tricks are now we're past most of them. We have some stressful boss fights coming up, but at least I won't have to worry about Shine Spark puzzles.
Yeah, this is an action game. It's not a puzzle game. Never mind that horror games are full of puzzles anyway, which this is, I hear.
Definitely. And there we go. Okay, so because we don't have space jump, we're gonna do this to get up here. Perfect. Okay, so I have to focus a little bit on this boss at the beginning here to make sure I time everything correctly. So there we go. Turn around. tap, tap, go, and... Okay, and wait, and go back. Store. Come here. I don't know if I hit it. That was a weird transform. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I did hit him. Okay. We did it. That was very confusing for me at the beginning because I thought I didn't hit it, and if I didn't hit it with that Shine Spark, I would have had a much more difficult time there. I kind of just like winged it. I know that it takes exactly 18 missiles to kill him, to kill that boss, Galzuna, after you Shine Spark him twice. So I was just hoping that worked, and it did. It worked in our favor, so all's good. But we just got no. Okay, hold on. A little tricky here. We just got the cross bomb. There we go, which allows us to shoot forward in ball form. Perfect. And we will be using that a lot to get more jump height. Especially in later sections that kind of expect you to have space jump. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I was talking before about how I had to rebind my controls on my controller, but you can see I have these little paddles on the back that make it a lot easier to perform a lot of tricks. It's a lot easier on my hands. You, as a speedrunner, you want to make sure to always protect your hands. It doesn't matter how old you are. I'm old, so like I have more problems with my hands. But
self-care is very important. Yes,
absolutely. Self-care is very important. Make sure you're protecting your hands as much as you can. But that's kind of one of the reasons why I have the buttons on the back. It just makes it a little bit easier for me to hit some of the buttons. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to be performing another glitch on this mostly glitchless run here. There we go. That's a reverse grapple. One of the easier things to perform. Doesn't murder my hands. Okay, and now we're heading back into Ferenia. So there's another Emmy here. We're going to encounter another Emmy. There's still 2 more Emmys in this game. We're going to be getting a new ability from each of them that'll help us get through more of the game. So this Emmy coming up is, again, another difficult kill. There's a few different ways to take it out. I'm going to hope that I can... do it without having to retry it. It's a very, very, very tight movement. Okay, so we break through a lot of these floors now with Screw Attack. Screw Attack is a very, very useful attack to have between being able to dash and just like jump through enemies by doing this. There we go. A lot of these enemies become trivial to fight. There we go. I'm stuck on some ledges here, so we're just going to rocket past this entire room here. And I hope that Emmy... Okay, Emmy is not here. Sometimes Emmy likes to come up that ledge just as I land, and so I have to make sure when I land to do kind of a wide, or a tall jump over top before I go into the area underneath. Or else you just land on top of Emmy. And then have to escape.
That's one heck of a meet cute.
Yeah. So we're still in the Emmy rooms, you can tell, because, you know, the filters and everything. But this Emmy is... You're not intended to be able to get through this area as quickly as you are, because usually you don't have the gravity suit for this section. So it is a slow crawl through this section and very stressful having to try to avoid that Emmy. The Emmy itself also can't go fast in the water, so, like, it's not like you have to worry too much, but it's still stressful. Okay, we're gonna do another Shine Spark into this boss. There we go. 2 and go. So, this is Eskew. Eskew, this boss, if you're playing the intended route, is so difficult, or even if you're doing the boss rush mode, like... It's so incredibly difficult versus this. If you have screw attack, like this is, I'm literally just jumping into it over and over. Makes it super easy, but I always die to this boss when I'm doing boss rush. Which is another mode that you can play of this game. They added it a bit after the game came out as like not as a DLC, but as an update to the game afterwards, which was really cool. When they added that update, they also added like dread mode, which makes it so that you can. It's like a one-hit death mode.
Oh, you know what? That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the boss rush sounds like a face your fears kind of thing, but then you mentioned one hit death.
Yeah. Dread mode is pretty impressive. I started doing a dread run and I got to the final boss and I haven't gone back to beating it yet because I decided to do it like I decided to do the dread run like with my setup that I use for all bosses. So like I kind of I don't have space jump and all those good things, so it's very difficult to avoid the final boss sometimes, not having space jump, which makes it a very difficult fight on dread mode.
Well, what I'm hearing is that you actually needed more of a challenge because you're just that good at this game.
There we go. Okay, so again, we just screw attacked into most of those bosses, or most of those that enemy. Okay, I don't need to be carrying that with me. There we go. So we're back into these little frozen areas. But because we have our suit, it's not a problem. You'll also notice I was doing that thing with the locks that were on the ceiling, like aiming my missiles at them. That is the storm missiles, which is the ability we got from fighting SQ. It'll come in handy approximately one more time. Well, actually, you know what? There's different ways to fight bosses, and I hear that using the storm missiles is a pretty effective tool for fighting a lot of the bosses, but I am not a fan. I feel like it's too difficult for me to concentrate on locking on and doing everything else at the same time. Here we go. Okay, so this is another Emmy room, which you are intended to have space jump for, so we just have to do a whole bunch of extra stuff here to be able to get the height that we need. Oh, don't do that to me. Okay. And still while avoiding this Emmy. Okay, so here, we're gonna do this to get extra height, and then we're gonna go across here. So this is the easiest central processing unit to take out. We're gonna go up here, shine spark it, and then we're just gonna do tap, and done. No need to worry about missiles for that one. So this door has a double lock for this Emmy also. I'm just gonna do this to blow this one off, and then coming through here, and we have another one to unlock. There we go. Okay. This is one of the scarier Emmy fights, so I'm going to try to concentrate here. We're going to bomb this to get through here, and do this, and we're going to wait here to lay a bomb. Did I get this? I don't know if I'm going to get this.
It just crawls at you.
Yeah, it's very scary. Oh, come on. Okay, I think we have it. Ah, there we go.
You got this. Yes.
Oh, gosh. Well, we did it. Okay. Oh. Yeah, that can get very scary because there's actually a series of, like, obstacles along the way that you have to, like, take down before you can go through the rest of this area and loop around. So if the Emmy catches you here, you actually have to go back all the way to the beginning where you have to take out the, and go up the, like, to the door locks area again and do that whole section again. So luckily, that was pretty good. So because we can't get the height here, I'm going to do the cross bomb jump. Perfect. And then we're just going to dash across here. Also point out the music in this area is very beautiful, but we're only going to hear it for like 2 seconds.
Would you say that's less than 3 seconds?
It certainly is.
Because KRL sends in $25 just saying less than 3.
Thank you so much.
You know, I've never thought about this before, but less than 3 kind of looks like a Pac-Man eating a 3. And chat, if you need a quick reminder, we do have that Pac-Man 99 bonus matches incentive open if you'd like to see some more matches tomorrow by Susie G-Force.
Okay, so we just got the wave beam, which is more powerful and purple, which I love. But we're going back up. We're still on our mission to head to the top of this area, and we're in Hanubia right now. There we go. I feel like this is overkill, but there we go. I don't think that robot deserved getting shine sparked.
Aww.
It definitely feels like overkill there. Anyway, here. So there's a giant cutscene here, where you basically... Oh, there we go. Anyway, here, let me try to explain this. You can see the Emmy on the floor in the background. There's some story stuff that happened, and the Emmy tried to attack Samus, and Samus just reached out and grabbed the Emmy and drained its power. So Samus is like, whoa, that's really weird. I don't know what's going on. And then she was ambushed by this Chozo warrior. There, and boom. I forgot to point out in the background, if you looked in the background right before I came into this section, you could see that red Chozo warrior and another one, like, jumping around in the background, moving around. It's really neat. That's why I kind of said at the beginning, like, make sure you check the background, because, like, I am not going to be able to point out all the really cool details, but there's so many of them. There's just so many of them throughout the game. It rules. But this is an unskippable cutscene. You gotta wait there to see that whole thing play out. But we now got the power bombs, which is, not super useful for us, having, being near the very end of the game here. But at this point in my game, when I played it casually, I basically was like, oh yeah, now I can open up everything. We have power bombs now, yay! So power bombs allow you to just blow up all breakable blocks inside of a section.
Wow.
Very powerful. We're gonna wait here to take out one of these robots to get more power bombs, because we only have 2 because I haven't been grabbing any upgrades. We really only need 2 of them. I mean, 3 would be nice to have, but it's totally not necessary. This is the thing where you have to do a space jump, but we can just do a cross bomb jump up to the top and forego that whole thing. This room, we just gotta take out these. There we go, with a cross bomb. And, okay. Let's keep going past this atom room, which we're not going to stop at. And, we're going to break through this ceiling. It's going to charge up, power bomb, and go. Yay! Such a cool animation. I love seeing Samus just rocket up into the air. Okay, so there in the background you can see the guy we're about to fight. So I'm going to target here with storm missiles as much as I can. So that gives us the opportunity to grapple the shield away, and we're just going to rapid fire as much as we can. Take him out. He's going to transform, which means he's going to get more intense. He's gonna jump on the wall. Yep, now he's gonna start shooting us. We're just gonna dodge that because he does a lot more damage. Oh, oops. And perfect. Oh, okay, so yeah, we are coming up really, we're about to fight the final boss here. But that will not be the end because, this is a Metroid game, so of course there's something after the final boss. But this is another unique sequence, cutscene here, loading screen. This is my favorite loading screen out of every other one in the game, because Samus gets to sit in her throne.
Like a queen.
Like a queen, like the queen she is. I love this so much.
And we did it without Adam.
Exactly. Okay, so we're now in Itarash, which is, you know, the top. We went from A to I. We're at the top of the map now. And we're just going to traverse through this section to get to the final boss fight. Final save room here. And then we're going to do a power bomb to open this up. Whew. Okay, here we go. So, for this fight, what I'm going to immediately do is try to fire 9 missiles at him, wait until he throws an attack, and a specific attack, and then I'm going to hit him with 1 more missile. And this is the fastest cycle, so let's go. 1, 2...
You got this.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now we're just going to dodge him as much as we can. Okay, we're in this mini cutscene here. Okay, there we go. So we're just gonna fire as quickly as possible here. He's gonna go into the next phase. There we go. Very cool cutscene, which no one will see. Okay.
Play the game and then maybe speedrun it if you want to see it.
Yes, definitely. I highly recommend everyone play this game. It is so fun. This fight is also extremely satisfying. Oh. So I'll do this melee to kind of be out of the range of his firing here, and then we'll just fight him with some missiles here. Yeah, we're too fast for him. He can't keep up. Bird Dad cannot keep up. Well, that was the scene where he became Sephiroth temporarily. And then he did this really cool thing where he tore off both of his wings, which is very intense. Okay, so we are going to lay a power bomb here to destroy the sun. And now we're just gonna sit here and take damage. Laying cross bombs every once in a while because they do also a lot of damage. Take damage for that. Okay, perfect. So 1 hit and hit. Okay. That was the fight. In classic, sorry, I need a second to calm down there. That's a very intense fight.
Would you like me to read a donation while you take a moment?
That would be great. Thank you.
All right, Ashline sends in $25. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, because they want to point out their name. With my name, I have to donate for the Phantasy Star 4 incentive. Super excited to see it in a GDQ event. Trans rights, love, and peace. That's exactly what Samus is bringing, right?
So you'll see, that was actually, if you remember Kraid from before, and everything I've been talking about, the X-Parasites and Kraid and how they zombify things, the X-Parasite absorbed Kraid and then merged with Bird Dad there to make that horrifying creature that we just took out. And now, surprise, there's an escape sequence because the planet is about to blow up. Samus steps on a planet, it just automatically blows up. Like, it's doomed. Like, don't invite Samus to your planet. It has a terrible track record. But we also have unlocked our Metroid DNA, so technically if you call Samus Metroid at this point, that is totally acceptable and fine and real, so...
So it's safe to say she does Metroid crimes.
Yes, I think it is. Up here, thank you. Okay, so yeah, we have this this timer going off, this countdown, which the first time I played this, by the way, I was so emotional after that last fight that I just panicked and started like tearing up because I was like, oh my god, do I have to do that fight again? It was so intense, and like all the emotions I had afterwards, I was just like fumbling so hard in this section that I think I missed the deadline and died. But I've come a long way. I've come a very long way. And no longer as scared of this game as I was. You know, we've made a lot of progress in the few months that I've since this game came out. But we're coming up on the end
the planet
here.
much faster too.
And time. There we go.
GG's.
Ooh. So I'm just gonna skip past that cutscene for spoiler reasons and do this. Okay.
What a rush.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that's Metroid Dread. Like, you should check this game out. It is so good. And come try out the speedrun if you want. There's a whole bunch of different categories for it. There's a very welcoming Discord community. You just check out speedrun.com for all like details about links and all that stuff. But I really enjoy this all bosses category. I highly recommend everyone check it out. And I just want to thank everyone. Thank you to my community so much for supporting me. Y'all are the best. Thanks to Lady Arcaders for being awesome. And thanks to Buttnator, who is the person who races this game with me since the beginning. So we've done a lot of racing playing of this game.
You can proudly tell him you used missiles this time.
Yes. And thanks again to you for being my host today.
Oh, it was fun.
And,
would you like to know your time, by the way? I know you've got the in-game time on screen.
Yeah.
That
What was
is
it?
a 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 17-second run.
Nice. And I should actually also mention here that this says it took me 2 hours and 1 minute to complete it, because this time counts all of the cutscenes from the game. And so this category is timed in real time rather than in-game time. But you can actually see next screen here that we've defeated all 30 bosses in the game.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you again for having me on tonight. This was amazing. I'm always down to raise money for an awesome cause, and Malala Fund is an awesome cause.
It's been a pleasure having you here. Just real quick, if chat wants to find you, where can they go?
You can find me on Twitch as Metroid Crime, just one word, Metroid Crime. And then if you're looking for me on social media, on Twitter and Instagram, I'm Metroid_crime. But mostly Metroid Crime in most places, on like every social media platform ever. You can go to my website, metroidcrime.com, to find links to everything. But yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much, Crime. And thank you all, folks, for being here. Stick around as we head into the transmission screen, though, because you did it, chat. You did it. $80,000. Elden Ring is coming up. All right, well, that was one heck of a Metroid time with Metroid Crime just now. And chat, I'm so glad to have seen it all with you. If you want to celebrate that amazing run you just saw, I'd love to remind you, actually, that we do have a file name bid war incentive for our very next run, Elden Ring. And Crime has said that she likes the idea of Trout as the file name for that one. Right now, we've got a number of choices available, with My First Save File in the lead at $150, Trans Rights, we love our trans rights around here, at $43, and Trout in third place at $30. Now, you're not going to let this happen to Crime, are you? Not after the time we just had. So get those donations in, because that run is coming up next. And speaking of donations, here is a donation for you all Failed Uplink sends in $10 saying, always donate for more Flame Fatales. I couldn't agree more because that bid war is not the only incentive we've got. We've got a couple of name bid wars, actually. We've got the Pokemon Legends. I'm not going to start that controversy again. We've got the Pokemon Legends Name the Main Character bid war coming up. I have heard that our next runner's most disliked Pokemon is Bidoof. Bidoof! Can you believe it? Bidoof is sitting right there in third place. Sweet $100. But you, chat, you can bring that up to first place. I mean, you're going to have to beat out trans rights and cute chat. And we all know you're a cute chat and we all know trans rights. But you want to bring Bidoof up. Get those donations in. We've also got the Phantasy Star 4 Profound Disorder randomizer where you can choose the party members. That's open right now. And of course, Pac-Man 99, we're at $540 out of $2,000. If we hit that $2,000, we will get to see Susie G-Force do 5 matches against the CPU instead of the 3 that were planned. Of course, Pokemon, Phantasy Star 4, Pac-Man. Wow, those are all P names. Are we having the P block tomorrow? But all of those are happening tomorrow, as I just said. And Elden Ring is coming up next. And chat, we will be right back after a short break. So get your cozies in. Make sure you've gotten your waters. Get hydrated. Get your stretches in because we're in for one heck of a treat when we're back. See you soon. Welcome back to Flame Fatales 2022. If you've just gotten here, we are wrapping up day 5 of this marathon. And you are in for a treat because Elden Ring is next. And as a reminder, chat, we are getting to see this because we hit $80,000. You did this. You. Thank you so much. And all of your donations are going to support Malala Fund, like this amazing one from Jeff Banyan. who sends in $150 to say thank you all to all these fantastic speedruns to support Malala Fund. I totally agree, Jeff. I've been having a doozy of a time just watching, hanging out in chat, being lucky to be reading your donations, like this one from, from Chris. Love donating to all GDQ events, though please shout out my partner Amy because she gets annoyed when I shout out my kids on stream and not her. Well, Amy, here's your chance. Love you, love these events, and love the work Malala Fund does. Good luck, have fun. Thank you so much for that, Chris. I think we are having fun here at Flame Fatales. I know I am. Are you having fun, chat? Give me your best fun emotes, please. I would love to see that. And speaking of Malala Fund, we've got a video for you from them. So please stick around with me because I love these videos. They're always so heartwarming, and it's great to see what all of your amazing donations goes to help.
I met some of the girls who were dreaming to be engineer or architect to rebuild their countries. But parents do not imagine their girl being in a man's world, and so they do not encourage them to do so.
When it comes to refugee girls, the issues that they face vary depending on which country is hosting them, but mostly it is lack of financing to girls' education and especially secondary education. So in Lebanon, our work is focused on using technology. Our champions are developing tools and devices, and they're using technology so refugee children and especially girls can complete their education.
My name is Naila Fahad. I am the co-founder of LAL, Lebanese Alternative Learning NGO. The main goal of Lebanese Alternative Learning NGO is to help vulnerable children keep up with school by providing digital support programs and access solutions. Today, technology is a necessity in education. It's no more a luxury. Unfortunately, it is still widening the gap between privileged students going to privileged school and underprivileged students that do not get access to innovation, to technology. We at LAL, we strongly believe that technology should be an equalizing force when it comes to education. Digital education should be free and should be accessible to all. And when we went to the field, we discovered that a lot of schools in remote areas have computer rooms, but they are not using it because they do not have internet or adapted program. So the tech team, to solve the unreliability of the internet connection in remote area, came up with this idea of what we call Tabshura in a box. The box is based on a Raspberry Pi technology, so it's a small computer. It's used as a tiny server. We put all our content on this small micro SD card. We upload the content on this micro SD card. We put the card in the box. And now the box is a library of all our content that will hotspot wireless up to 30 computers and work offline. Children get very motivated when you come with a digital program. We take them to understand better how they can use a computer like a real course, especially for those who are afraid to ask the teacher, I didn't understand, can you explain again? The girls from the centers who were invited to meet with Tim Cook and Malala, they were so emotional. It was amazing to see. I think it is very important in the humanitarian world to collaborate. And I'm very happy that Malala Fund is supporting a collaborative project because it is enhancing the idea that humanitarian NGOs should collaborate, should work together and not separated one from the other. My hope for the future as an NGO, is really to get our Tabshura program as a reference in education and benefiting more and more people in Lebanon. And the co-creation box can very easily go outside Lebanon. And my bigger hope for girls' education is that Malala Fund enhance the ambition of girls to fight for their education.
And we're back. We're winding down the night, chat. Thank you all so much for being here with me. I'd love you all to get some blankets, get your cozy socks on. I'm gonna pull up a little here by the bonfire. Oh, the bonfire is safe, right? I mean, I've been seeing that campfire and prize segments all week. I've seen some, I've seen some things. And we will be seeing the biggest bonfires of all because Elden Ring is up next. But chat, I need your help because we still have a file name incentive that you need to decide. Your donations can decide what our file name will be, what Larksa's file name will be as she runs Elden Ring. You've got your choices. My first save file, trans rights, trout, let me PB this, and unlucky, which is actually kind of unlucky because it's sitting in last place out of all those choices right now with my first save file and first. Wow, you know what? Those names are pretty appropriate. But your donations can change that. Like this one from Mr. Tam. That's Matt backwards. I was about to say Mr. Matt. My bad. Mr. Tam sends in $50. Thank you so much to say, go Bidoof, but also go cute chat and trans rights. I'm sorry. I think you might have to pick just one. Wait, no, that's right. Our donation page can let you pick multiple incentives to donate to if that's what you want. So you can donate for that Elden Ring file name Bid War. You can donate for that Pokemon Legends Arceus file name Bid War. By the way, Bidoof, Bidoof I hear is Larksa's most disliked Pokemon. If you just want to get that in there, just saying. And you can also pick our character for our Phantasy Star 4 Profound Disorder run tomorrow, along with getting in some money for that Pac-Man 99 bonus matches incentive. Your choice. You can even donate to all of them if that's what you want, but you can only do that if you donate. So ! Donate in chat for that link. And remember, all of your donations go to Malala Fund. And I've got a $5 donation here from Coconut saying, will we be battling the secret boss Ginlins? You know what, Chet? I have to admit to you here, I know Elden Ring is the hottest game of the year. Can you believe it? It just came out this year? But I haven't played it. The thing I do know about Elden Ring is that Maidenless is the big meme. But thanks to you all, we are not maidenless here at Flame Fatales because we've got Larksa here to guide us through the lands between. Give it up for Elden Ring 80%!